There was a film I watched a really long time ago, and the other day I remembered that it existed because I'd forgotten about it for a while, and I thought, oh, right, this is a really good film. I've seen this a few times, and it's really good, so I'll do a review of it. It's The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Basically, in 1918, Guy is born. But when he's born, he's in his 80s, and he starts to age backwards. Now, as soon as he's born, his mother dies during childbirth, and his dad just leaves him on some person's doorstep because his dad doesn't want to have to handle this child. He doesn't want to have anything to do with it, so he leaves it on this family's doorstep, and this family bring him up, but he starts to age backwards. But they are people of the church, they are Christians, and so they take him in and they look after him, and they are basically his family. As well as that main plot line, it also has some subplots. Like, one of them is his love affair with this woman, but how difficult it is because he's aging backwards and she's aging forwards. I mean, there's a brief time in the middle where they're around the same age, but, you know, other than that, it's going to be difficult. It also has the subplot, just for a little bit, of him being reunited with his dad, and that's all very nice. But, yeah, this is a really good film. The casting, they couldn't have done better because Brad Pitt's in it, and I really like Brad Pitt. Some of my favourite films have Brad Pitt in them, like Fight Club is one of my favourite films, and he's in that. So, yeah. It has Cate Blanchett in it. I don't know if I've seen her in anything else, actually, but it also has Jason Flemyng in it. He plays the person's real dad, and I really like Jason Flemyng. He was in a TV show called Primeval, which a lot of people didn't like because it was a bit rubbish, but I thought was quite good. I have all 5 seasons of it on DVD. He's also been in films, like he was in A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. But yeah, the acting in this is really good, and they couldn't have chosen better actors to do it, and actresses, so that's a good thing. The character development, though, is really impressive because it's basically this guy, and it's just a love story, except this guy's aging backwards, and so it's really challenging. But the character development between them, between this backwards aging man and this normally aging woman, the character development between the two of them is absolutely perfect. It's really, really good, and you believe it. A lot of films with love stories and stuff, you don't believe it. Like in The Hunger Games, when they're stuck in a cave and she kisses him. I didn't believe that for a second. That's just my opinion, but, you know, there we go. But no, this is really believable, it's really nice, and that's another good thing. A lot of it is quite touching. Like, there's a part towards the end where she goes to see him, and he's a child, and he's getting unnecessarily angry about a lot of things. He has like all anger problems and stuff like this, and that's a really jarring moment because you've seen their entire journey together. You've seen his story since he was born, because this story spans over about 80 years. You've seen it since he was born, and so that's a really shocking thing to see because, like, okay, oh wow. Overall, I give this maybe a 4 out of 5 because the character development is great. The plot is alright. I mean, they could have done other things with it, but no, the plot I think is the only drawback because it was interesting and it kept you hooked and you wanted to keep watching it, but it wasn't exhilarating enough. So the plot is what's dragging it down. The acting was great, the plot not so. The casting was really good, and just everything about this really was a really good film. So I recommend you watch this. You won't be disappointed, unless you don't like films like this, in which case you probably will be disappointed. If you do like films like this, you should definitely check it out.